Alright, y'all, I'm back. You enjoyed the title, so let's begin. But before we do, I need a cigarette. I don't know about you, but I need one bad. I haven't had one all day. Believe it or not, I haven't had one all day, so... And it's... about 4:50, so I need a cigarette. Reliable Camel Crush Menthol. One of the best cigarettes in the world. Come on. And if you were if you are missing, the reviews for like cigarettes and stuff, there's a channel on YouTube. I'm gonna recommend it. Don't know if he knows me, but I like his videos. Analog Cigarette. Analog Cigarette is one of the best reviewers. He actually gets in depth. He tells, I didn't notice at the time, but Camel Crush menthols are called click balls because of the little click. But anyway, back to it. Search and rescues. Oh boy. Okay. So, by their nature, search and rescues tend to be the worst calls. Okay? That's their nature. Not because, they die a violent death. It's not because they die burning or, with a snapped neck or they bleed out. No. Sometimes they do bleed out in search and rescues, but once again, that's the nature. Instead, they die of the elements. They die from the elements. They freeze to death. They starve to death. They, it is what you think it is. That's not why they're one of the worst. Because they're long. Most of the time, they are long. Okay? They are long calls. Very long. Okay? Not as long as a structure. Sometimes they last, for days. Okay? But it's normally the elements that take them. So what do you wear, right? What do you wear to a call? Well, it depends on the weather, pretty much. You plan accordingly. It's one of those no shit Sherlock deals, right? No, I didn't realize that. Shut the fuck up, John. Okay. That's the bird one. That's one bird for you, John. Hopefully you're happy. Okay? But as for it, they are by nature horrible calls because they take a long time. Because what happens is normal. This is normally how it goes. Here is a rough area, and they left about. So see what you find. Hopefully you find them. Hopefully he's still alive when you find him. If you find him. It's one of those, okay, you left about 6 hours ago and he went to, that's, okay, it's one of those deals, right? There's not much information. They give you the name and they give you the name, they give you the time he left, last time he was seen, and they give you this area. I mean, the search area. He might be in it, he might not. Which is why a lot of times when it comes to these, you will find that you will be expanding your search zone a lot of times, okay? A lot of times you will be expanding your search zones because you searched all this, searched all this area, well and truly good. You know where the rat, you know where the rat shit is. You know where the badger hole is. You know where the moonshine still is. You know the area, right? You get the point. Okay? That's where the deer carcass is. That's where the coyotes are. That's where the moonshine still is. That's where the asshole is supposed to be. He's supposed to be in this little area. Have at thee. And that's about it. Okay? You laugh, that's actually how it is most of the time. Because a lot of times, yeah, people bring their phone, but running through your mind, if you're lost that bad, your phone's gonna be one of the last things you remember that you have in your pocket. Trust me. I've seen it. Okay? But what do you carry? Okay? What do you carry, right? Do you have anything special? Not really, no. You wear your vest. You wear a highly, the OSHA vests, as I call them. The ones that make you look like a highlighter barfed on you, and threw on some silvery stripes. Yeah, we wear those. That's all we're required to wear. Okay, obviously you carry more things. You carry water. Okay. Alright, and tell you this. One for me. One for me. One for the guy. This one's for the guy who didn't bring his water on the search. I hope that's a thumbnail. I hope this is the thumbnail so bad. This is for the one who didn't carry his water on the search. You would be surprised how many times this little water comes in handy because, the great genius Brian Book Jr., Brian Book III forgot his fucking water again. Again, for the 13th time, even though he told him, bring more water. Because he only carries one bottle. But it is what it is. Brian Book III doesn't exist. If he does exist and he's watching this video, I'm sorry. I just pulled like 3 different people I know, put them into one person who's really fucking stupid. I'm sorry, okay? But you get the point. What do I, aside from that, I carry a flashlight. Obvious reasons. I carry a whistle for obvious reasons. Okay? I carry granola bars. I normally carry 3. Not for me. Okay? Not for the searchers. No. In fact, I've got 3 granola bars in my raincoat from the last search and rescue, because that's what I wore. Yeah. They're still in there from like 2 months ago. Yeah, they're pretty well bricked. But you get the point. Not for me to eat. They're for the person who I'm looking for. Okay? Neighbor. It is what it is. So, now you know a little bit about how we do it, right? Then we get to the creme, our piece de resistance. Even though it's very Italian, this is very Italian. The piece de resistance is very French, and this is very Italian. We have something called the Kubota on our sink. side, okay? And the township above me, Pulaski, they've got an off-road vehicle too. They have a Polaris. Both of those are very good for searches. Why? Because first things first, they carry water, okay? They carry a lot. They can carry a whole cooler full of water. And if you understand what I'm going, and pretty much understand where this is going, right? Water is innately good on searches. Okay? That's its nature. It can also carry something called a skid. Okay? You might have heard me when I was talking about my brush fire video. If you want to watch it, go ahead. If you don't, okay. But I might have said something called a skid. A skid unit, right? A medical skid or a brush skid. What is a skid, right? A skid unit is essentially, something that slides into the bed of our Kubota or our off-road vehicle, right? Slides in the bed, we bolt it down, and that is that. Why? Because it's good. Because now, not only does our patient have to walk, chances are we might have to walk, but we might not. Most of the time we do, because our chief is an asshole, but it is what it is. But anyway, how it works is simple, okay? Normally on search and rescues, we get the medical skid. It's got, it's got the rugged, tougher, tough plastic, backboard that, 4 people, if it's a heavy person, 6 people. But normally it's 4 people can move reasonably well, just doing one of these deals, right? But we have the Kubota for that. Okay? They just lay down and the medic asks stupid questions like, "Why the hell were you here, boy? Do you know how dumb you look?" You get the gist. Okay? Obviously he won't be asking stupid questions. He'll be asking like, do you have any injuries? Do you have any sicknesses? Do you have a bat stuck up your ass? That last one, it's one of those questions where, it's kind of matter, obviously there's going to be some joking to try and raise the spirits, like, "Son, do you have a bat up your ass?" One of those deals, right? Trying to bring up their spirits. But, it's one of those things. Okay? But most of the searching will be done with you in your boots walking. That's how search and rescue is done. Okay? If you want another topic about firefighting, or, if it is something that firefighters do, at least that I know, I'll answer to the best of my knowledge, right? If you want if you want a different topic like whitewater rescue, and so on, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. That's about it. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.